सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो फिजी 2 पर हम सफर में रवीन सिंह के साथ।
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to the Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
Tonight, the Prime Minister reveals Morvi's stand in next year's elections. A local business invests $35 million in resort. And Fiji will welcome its third Airbus next week. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and you're watching FBC News. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has revealed he will only have the best people in his party for next year's general elections. Bainimarama made the statement in a Talanoa session with members of the Serua Provincial Council at Naitata Navua this morning. Apisolome Doka reports.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama revealed earlier this year that he will contest next year's elections, and already there's been a lot of interest to join his party.
I have received a lot of calls and emails from people showing interest in joining my political party, but I've told them that my concentration is still on completing development projects in our provinces, which needs to be completed first before we meet to form the party.
And today, Bainimarama has made it clear that he will only include in his party those with a genuine intention to serve the people.
My political party will be different from the existing ones. The existing ones have old politicians. My political party will consist of different races, but only those that can provide service to the people.
The Prime Minister has also stated that those that he will appoint as party members won't be there just to make the numbers.
Many that stood in past elections did not make it as a cabinet minister, but all those that I will appoint to represent my party should have the capability of making it to cabinet.
He's also standing by his word to stand down as military commander.
I will not be part of an existing party. I will form a new party, and since I will be standing in the next elections, a new military commander will be appointed to lead the RFMF.
Prime Minister is expected to announce his party next year. For now, his focus is on the development work that his government is undertaking. Apisolome Doka, FBC News.
A local business has invested $35 million in a resort property in the Mamanuthas. The local P. Megji Group is taking a leap into the tourism industry. This follows its purchase of the Amanutha Island Resort, which has been closed since Cyclone Evan. Christopher Chand reports the company today signed a 15-year agreement with the world-renowned Sheraton brand to manage the property.
Sealing the deal on the partnership between the Megji Group and Sheraton today marks a significant milestone for both companies.
It is, like you say, a very momentous occasion where you have firstly the Starwood Group going out into the islands, and secondly, and perhaps even more importantly, that you have a Fijian company. They've now gone into and spending in excess of about $30 million to develop a 5-star resort.
PMEGG is a name synonymous in the local liquor industry. The family business has been planning to tap into Fiji's thriving tourism sector since 2009, making the move last year.
We bought this resort from the bank in December. Actually, we own the resort, but we lease the land from TLTB through the Matangali Group.
Sheraton has a rich history on Denarau with its 3 properties, but this will be their first resort in the islands.
And now to add to our offering, a lovely island resort, you know, I think the buying public, from Australia, New Zealand, the US, have been looking to have a brand name out in the islands.
The new refurbished five-star hotel will open early next April and will be known as the Sheraton Fiji Resort and Spa, Tokoriki Island. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
Fiji Airways' third and newest A330 Airbus aircraft will arrive on Wednesday. Fiji Airways Chief Executive Stefan Pitchler will take delivery of the aircraft in France, and it will touch down at Nadi International Airport on Wednesday. Prime Minister Vorengen Bainimarama will officially welcome the plane when it arrives at the hangar. Following the arrival of the third A330, the national carrier will retire the last of its Boeing 747s. Attorney General Said Qayyum says the modernization of the airline's fleet will enable our visitors to enjoy Fijian hospitality from the moment they board the plane.
Yes, I mean, it is very, very exciting. It obviously could not have happened without the collaboration of the various stakeholders, including the various financiers that have contributed towards it, and FNPF, European Investment Bank, that has provided the bulk of the funding, EIB, and of course the management and the staff.
It has taken the Fiji police force 2.5 years to drive home the message of the need for its officers to pay attention to their health. Force medical doctor Mbale Kurambui says during the first quarter of this year, most officers were in the red zone because they were obese or suffered from overconsumption of kava, cigarettes and alcohol. Vasita Kotaiwasawasa reports.
The past 2.5 years has been a time of creating awareness about non-communicable diseases and conducting a wellness survey amongst the officers. Now the police force intends to establish wellness centers in all 4 divisions.
The standard of fitness has been set. It's only for our officers to gear themselves up. Most of the contributing factor for them not being able to achieve the required fitness level is because of their weight.
Of the 4,103 officers in the country, a total of 2,911 were audited for their health status. Another 1,192 officers are yet to undergo the exercise. 83% of those checked were declared fit, a vast improvement from 2011 when the wellness program kicked in. Dr. Kurambui says during the survey, they discovered that most officers consumed kava, cigarettes and alcohol. Another factor highlighted was stress amongst officers due to the nature of their work.
It was also discussed during our operation brief that we do counseling services for our officers, which I believe would contribute effectively to their performance and productivity.
As part of its ongoing efforts to bring about change in lifestyle, the force is challenging all its officers to lay off kava and alcohol for a month, starting from next week. Vasita Kotewasawasa, FBC News.
Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop says she is eager to normalise relations with Fiji after years of mistrust. Bishop made the comments after she met with Fijian Foreign Minister Ratuinoke Kumpombola in Sydney this week. She says they want to move on from the era that was set under the former Labour government. Bishop told Radio Australia they want to normalise relations with Fiji in military, economic, trade, investment and a whole range of areas where they believe Australia and Fiji can be natural partners. Australia placed a travel ban on government and military personnel and their immediate families after the events of December 2006. Developers of Fiji's first ever casino project, 100 Sands Limited, are yet to respond to the government's ultimatum issued to them early last month. The government has stated they will not hesitate to cancel their exclusive casino license if they are not able to demonstrate that the construction of the new casino will begin soon. Last month, owner Larry Claunch paid the initial penalty of $100,000, which they are required to pay every month until the project is completed. The next penalty will be due from tomorrow, and although Claunch hopes to negotiate the fines, the Attorney General Said Qayyum says this is under the terms of their license agreement.
They will provide a show cause very soon. We understand it's sometime this week or so. So we're waiting for that.
So they've delayed it, they've requested for a delay?
No, they haven't. We'll wait and see what they say.
They were telling us that they'll try and negotiate on the penalty clause. Will government be able to negotiate?
No, there's a condition in the license that needs to be adhered to, and they've already started adhering to that.
In the news ahead, Diwali in the north.
Bola, oya wasala bilawa. Do pata ki au mena diwa kina tin karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka. Kako ni valatana no musini sari na kai samariando loloma leone vani ni nau. Omgori ke de mena diwa kina tin karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka na Bula FM number 2 en sere.
Bula, I'm Wame. Join me every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on The Center Show with classic hits from the 70s as well as the 80s right here on Gold FM.
Welcome back. You're watching FBC News. A little more than 500 is the number of Fijians that have registered in New Zealand, a number that, according to the government, could have been more. However, Elections Minister Ayasaid Qayyum remains adamant that more people will be registered before the 2014 elections.
From all accounts, the registration numbers are somewhat muted, but we expect more and more people to get registered. Obviously, a lot of people travel to Fiji on a regular basis and they will come out and get registered. But they were in Auckland, in Hamilton and Wellington.
There's also hope that Fijians in New Zealand who visit home regularly will register upon their return. Telecom Fiji organised morning tea for its staff and customers today in support of breast cancer awareness. According to TFL, this is part of their corporate social responsibility. TFL General Manager of Corporate Services, Samuela Van Dijk, says such events will take place in their other branches as well.
In our community, everywhere you look around, there is bound to be someone, a friend or relative who's suffering from cancer. The company has come together today, organized some morning tea and received donations from members of the company.
TFL is expecting to raise about $1,500 for the treatment of cancer patients. All donations will be handed to the Fiji Cancer Society. With the Festival of Lights just around the corner, the northern town of Lambasa has been busier than usual as we approach Diwali. While there has been some mixed reactions to the so-called Diwali sales in Lambasa, one thing is for sure, Diwali has set the momentum for this festive season. Ritika Pratap with an insight.
Businesses in Lambasa say it has been busy like previous years.
I think it's just the same as for past years, nothing for a change. Diwali is always a busy week and busy festive season is always in a good way.
With the cane season not so sweet in the north, some believe business has been slow.
Due to hardship of the farmers, the business is not that good here in Lambasa.
Compared to last year, items are expensive this year. As it is, hard times and cane cutting is also not progressing well.
A business owner, Daksha Kalyan, says profit margins are not big.
We have put on a sale in our shop and reduced the price of items, but the profit margin is very less.
The Lambasa Chamber of Commerce wants the business community to make the most of Diwali and at the same time make sure consumers are satisfied.
My special appeal to the business people that give your price a very low price so that everyone can enjoy the Diwali and also they can buy the firecrackers, the clothes and other things.
It's no doubt Lambasa town is a hive of activity. However, there is hope that with the hustle and bustle, there will be more spending. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
With the Diwali festivities a few days away, consumers have been flocking to shops to buy new clothes, food and other items. And the Fiji Consumer Council has taken upon itself to advise people to plan their shopping. Neelam Raj reports.
Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights, is a time when families look forward to giving and showing their best. Apart from spreading joy and peace, it is part of the tradition for families to refurbish their homes, buy new clothes, and share lots of food with relatives and friends. There can be a tendency to overspend.
Diwali is one festival which can be very expensive if consumers are not planning well. So what they need to do is plan better so that they can live within their means. And normally Diwali is a festival of prosperity. And surely Hindus do not wish to start
or celebrate this festival while they are in debt. So
Kumar is also urging consumers to do comparative shopping.
traders are honoring the price controlled item, so there is no problem. However, other items that are needed for the Diwali preparation, they are not under price control, and that's where consumers need to exercise comparative shopping.
Consumers, on the other hand, say prices this year are reasonable.
This year the price of such as ghee and other items is quite less. If we see previous years, the ghee price was quite expensive.
I've seen them around in other shops, and I believe the prices are quite good compared to other years I've seen.
The Consumer Council is also advising people not to be misled by attractive advertisements and to get the full information of items before buying them. Neelam Raj, FBC News.
Sports time again, and here's Jamie with the latest.
Thanks, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up after the break, Vodafone Fiji Mbati prepare for much tougher pool encounter against the Kangaroos, and we have the latest from the Flying Fijians camp. Stay with us.
नमस्ते दोस्तों, मिर्ची रफ्तार से मैं अश्निल सिंह। शामिल हो जाइए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे फ्रॉम 3 to 7 PM।
Nimula, metangu nimilote na isoro tambua. Nama kia umenarua kina ona na via kavi moniti kina wakarambuka. Rongo mena via sana kina via baka barota kini ndreko malolo. Ena Radio Fiji 1 na wongani via niano. Ngai nama kia kina.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. The Vodafone Fiji Mbati is in for a rise in intensity when they go against Australia this Sunday in its second pool game at the Rugby League World Cup. Last time the two teams met, Fiji went down 52-0. The Kangaroos are not only expected to expose the weakness in the Mbati, but are also tipped for another massive win. Shelvin Chand has more.
The Kangaroos have named a very strong lineup, with the Mbati yet to name their 19. The name themselves suggests that the Australians mean business, and the Mbati know this.
Aussie is going to be obviously a massive test for us. We need to tidy up a few things before we get there. And play a bit more consistent as far as working together, particularly in defence and the number of penalties we're giving away.
Robust forward Tariq Sims is expecting Australia to be very strong up front. He says the players are focused.
Just myself, my own game that I'm thinking about a lot more, and playing as a team to overcome the opposition. And I truly believe if we all cooperate and work together, we'll be like a well-oiled machine. We'll be able to take over Australia.
The message to the Mbati is simple. Stay together, gel in, and things will work out like a well-oiled machine.
Together in training for 3 weeks, and every day that we're together, we all seem to mould and bond and become a more tighter unit.
This Sunday, for Fiji to match up to the Kangaroos, they will have to gear for the likes of Jonathan Thurston, Daly Cherry Evans, Greg Inglis, and a whole host of others equally dangerous. Shelvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the Australian team to face the Fiji Mbati was named this morning. Coach Tim Sheen has made 7 changes to the side, which beat England last weekend. Indra Singh has more.
See the fireworks. See the fireworks. With all the fireworks expected on Diwali Day in Fiji on Sunday, there will also be fireworks going off in England. This as the Vodafone Fiji Mbati takes on Australia, who are not taking the Fijians lightly at all.
Well, their size and power, the speed of the backs, and certainly a good, competent set of 6 and 7, and the fullbacks quick also, Nguama. So they showed a lot of experience, as you would have expected, particularly with the Petro-led side.
Shins knows too well his side didn't put in a performance he wanted in the first match of the tournament against England, despite winning that encounter.
We don't take anything for granted. Our English game wasn't strong enough, so we're not we're not kidding ourselves that we're in good form or great form just yet.
He has given Boyd Codner from the Sydney Roosters a chance of making his debut off the bench, and the new Kangaroo has hit the nail on the head of what he expects from the Butty.
Yeah, for sure. They've got a lot of NRL players, and they got strike all over the field. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to be on our game to beat them.
All said and done, we expect to see the fireworks light up the venue. Whose sparks will be the brightest will be known by 11 a.m. as Fijians celebrate one of the most looked forward festival in the country. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
In 10 days' time, the Flying Fijians will be in action in Lisbon. Portugal is one of 3 tests lined up for Inoke Male and his men's tour of Europe. Elena McDonald spoke to team management today in regards to the latest camp activities and recent squad changes.
There's been 3 changes so far to the Flying Fijian squad in France this week. Former Fiji Sevens forward Watisoni Votu is one such change, pending clearance from his French club.
Trying to get FRU to get his release from the club. We've already forewarned him, and he's on our reserve list. We're just activating it now. We've also got Sisa in because of issues with Netany's his visa.
Nepi halfback Nicola Matuwalu has been given the nod to play.
He was cleared of it, and he's ready to come over. So he's just working on his Shanigan visa before he comes through.
While in France, the Flying Fijians have kept themselves busy with a camp set up by IRB.
It's for 3 days prior to the Northern Tour. And we've just gone through our phases and gone through the new rules, and we're taking through our paces and, doing work on upgrading skills. It's now complete, and the boys that have to go back to play for their club this weekend have gone, and we all meet up on Monday for our trip to Lisbon.
First up is Portugal, followed by Italy, then Romania a week later, with the Barbarians clash to bring an end to this year's tour. Elena McDonald, FBC Sports.
As mentioned earlier, the Melbourne Cup fever is already gripping the nation. With the race set to run on Tuesday, a lot of punters are waiting for the final field, which will be out this weekend.
That comes out on Saturday night about 8 p.m. and we'll be printing it up on Sunday, Saturday night and Sunday at Grant's Betting, Suva. So anyone wants it can come there after that time.
And you can watch the Melbourne Cup race on FBCTV live on Tuesday. Being a minor sport in the country, cycling is often reserved for the adventurous types. But apart from the great health benefits from cycling, there are a number of advantages that can also be drawn from it. Talen Daudakadaka finds out exactly what these are.
Forget about an apple a day. Cycling can also keep the doctors away, or any form of fitness activity, according to BikeRadar.com. 2010 Fiji Games triple gold medalist Mapambo Lea does not regret taking up the sport as a 14-year-old.
It's a very good way to keep up with your fitness and health-wise. It reduces your sugar level, salt, and keeps you fit. It can help you save money.
It can also go a long way to reducing traffic congestion in the country and is environmentally safe. Bicycles produce zero pollution compared to other forms of transportation.
It is a fact that a bike takes about 20 space less than one car on the road. It gives a zero carbon emission, and actually it's the most efficient form of transportation.
So next time you're in a hurry to your next destination, only to be caught up in a scene like this, just know that there is a better, more healthier alternative. Chalendo Dakavak, FBC Sports.
How's that for some food for thought? That's it from Sports Tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Investment in Fiji will soon launch a new initiative that will enable overseas investors to apply for permits via the internet. CEO Ravuni Uluilakemba explained that the single window clearance will replace the current system where investors lodge applications manually and are assessed individually by respective government departments. The new system will see key institutions like FIRCA, the Reserve Bank of Fiji, the Immigration Department and the Register of Companies link up and clear investment applications at a much faster rate. Uluilakemba says normally it would take weeks to process an application, but the new system will reduce that to just 3 days. Weather time now, and Jen, when are we going to see you in a sari?
You know what they say, Jackie, saving the best for last. Might I add though, you look fantastic in green. Moving on, a weak trough of low pressure with associated cloud and showers lies over the group. That's the reason why we have all these clouds scattered across the map here. Mombasa, Ba and Lautoka are on 31 degrees today, fairly warm. The capital slightly cooler on 29. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, it's highly likely we'll have occasional showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, Lomaiviti and the Lau group. Elsewhere, there'll be some showers during the afternoon or evening, as well as isolated heavy falls and thunderstorms. Rotuma, good news for you. Apart from brief showers, you'll have lovely fine weather with moderate seas. A nice shot of a cruise liner here, definitely something different, which I'm sure most of you will appreciate. Thanks, Navneet. And if you're counting down the hours until Friday, don't worry, we're on the same page here. That's weather. We'll catch up again tomorrow.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. The headlines again. Prime Minister reveals Morvi's stand in next year's elections, saying he will only accept genuine people into his party. P. Megji invests $35 million in the tourism industry after buying Amanutha Island Resort in the Mamanuthas. And government to continue registration of Fijians overseas despite poor turnout in New Zealand. To the poll question now, and we're asking, should taxes for alcohol and cigarettes be increased in the 2014 budget? Visit www.fbc.com.fj to take part. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos. Email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj. That was News for tonight. Until tomorrow, good night.
जहाँ हो प्यार का बसेरा और रिश्तों की खुशबू, वो है आपका अपना घर संसार. Join me on Ghar Sansar, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. only on Radio Fiji 2.
Hope you're enjoying the music right now on Gold FM. Only the classic hits, especially if you're spending your time at home or around the office. I certainly hope you're taking it easy and enjoying the music coming your way. Well, I got a whole lot more to keep you moving and to keep you going right up until you reach knock-off time. I'm Kara. Join me every weekday from 2 to 7 on The Ride, only on Gold FM.